Well, we have Danielle Allen with us today for an all-in testimony. And we've been talking here at Heritage Church about being all in for Jesus. And that's kind of been our focus here at the end of 2020. And it will be our focus through the Christmas season about what it means to be all in for Jesus. And so Danielle is going to be sharing with us her thoughts on being all in. Danielle, we just have a couple of questions for you. How long have you been following Jesus Christ, and how is it that you came to follow him?
I've been following Jesus since I was 11 years old, so about 24 years. And I just remember God always being important in my family. And my grandparents, my maternal and paternal grandparents, took us to church whenever we came to visit on the weekends. So I remember, I even remember what I was wearing that day. We were going to church with my paternal grandparents, the ones that attend this church. And they had a speaker for the youth that day. And he had all the youth go to one side of the church, and he spoke to us. And I just remember feeling like this is really important. This is something I need to pay attention to. And he asked, is there anybody that feels like they should be saved? And I remember my body just standing up. It was almost like an out of body experience. And I walked to the front of the church, and he led me in the salvation prayer, and I was saved. And I'm so thankful and grateful that I got saved at a young age.
What does it mean to you to be all in your faith?
Well, that is a pretty serious question, because I asked myself, am I actually all in? Have I really given everything that I've got to God? And then I just have to remember that you don't have to be perfect to be all in for God. And I sometimes can have an issue with perfectionism. So for me, being all in for God means that I'm accepting who God has made me to be, and that I have the right personality that I'm supposed to have, and my character, and my strengths, and my weaknesses. It's all the right thing, and that God can use me regardless. So being all in is just knowing and trusting that God is in control of my life, and that all I have to do is trust in him and do what he has asked me to do.
Can you talk to us about what Jesus means to you?
Jesus is the absolute best thing that has ever happened to me. I really think that I don't know where I would be if I didn't have God in my life. Being the oldest of 3 girls, my parents divorced, always feeling like the odd person, never feeling like my timing's quite right, like I'm behind, I'm lagging or something, having issues with depression. I just know that if it wasn't for God in my life, I think I would be on a really bad path. And I'm just so thankful that I received Jesus at an early age, because he's my best friend. He's been my healer, he's been my comforter, he's been my strength, he's been my everything. I know that if everything fell apart today and I still had Jesus, that I will make it.
If you could say one thing to others about being all in for Jesus, what would that one thing be?
Being all in for Jesus is the best decision that you can make. And just know that your version of being all in for Jesus may be different from what your best friend's version of that will be. And that it's okay, because we're all different and we have all different gifts.
Well, thank you, Danielle, for sharing with us today, challenging us to be all in, and reminding us that we're all different, and the way we're all in is going to look different from one another, but that Jesus is our best friend and the best person that we can have, the best Savior we can have in our, the only Savior we can have in our lives. So thanks for your time today.